The global Me Too movement shows little sign of slowing down. It's fuelled by the nearly 100 women who've spoken out against one of Hollywood's most powerful and notorious men. Kiwi model and actor ZOE bravely stepped forward as one of the first voices to speak out against decades of abuse, cover-ups and complicit silence. In a new documentary, she recounts her terrifying moment alone with producer Harvey Weinstein.
I remember sobering up fast, and then Harvey walked back in and he was naked. I screamed at him, "Put your clothes on, you naughty boy." And I meant it.
ZOE is in Melbourne tonight. ZOE, when people ask you the question, why didn't you speak about this earlier? You tell them that is the wrong question to ask. Why?
When a victim comes forward, it's an act of bravery. It's not something that should be taken lightly, and it's certainly not something that should be criticised. I think the conversation we should be having is how human beings of both sexes process a traumatic event.
What sort of courage does it take to come forward?
It takes courage because we're going up against powerful men who have connections, you know, all over the world with other powerful men and collectively billions of dollars. None of us want to go down in history this way. You know, my first Wikipedia entry was going to be as a survivor of a horrible night in Cannes with a fat movie mogul.
Can I ask, this might be a funny question, but has there been any downside for you personally to the Me Too movement?
Well, yeah, the downsides to speaking up are having to defend yourself on social media and defend each other. It's sort of turned us into accidental activists. To people asking those questions. Why didn't you come forward sooner? Why were you so stupid that you went up to his hotel room? Didn't you know better? You're only in it for the money.
Is this an insidious, widespread problem or a Weinstein problem?
This is happening at the bank. It's happening in the forestry department. It's happening on the farm. It's happening at the butcher shop. It's happening at the supermarket. It's happening at the school. It's happening at home. This is happening everywhere. And all of it stops when victims start standing up and taking the weight of the shame of it off themselves and putting it back where it belongs. And that's on the perpetrators.
What are people going to get from the documentary?
The documentary is an overview. The coercion, the enablers, the whole dark thing. It's a very fascinating overview, and I hope it helps the audience understand how bizarre and scary the whole thing is.
You have a daughter. What do you hope the world is like when she grows up?
I hope the world is different. I have a daughter, I have a beautiful goddaughter in Whangarei. Hi, Vale. It's not just for women, you know, it's boys. 1 in 6 men, they're estimating in America, have been sexually assaulted by the time they're 18. Like, this is pervasive. This is not a women against men thing. This is a humanity against perverts thing. And I really hope the world is so different. I don't want any of the girls or boys that I know, or anyone, no matter what age, to go through some of the stuff that I went through growing up.
ZOE, thanks for speaking out and thanks for speaking to us tonight.
Thank you, guys.